Burning bridges is my specialty. Dating dads is my fatality.
I'm a Broadway bear, and I'm here to take center stage.
Hello! I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to The Real Housebears.
Hello, welcome to The Real Housebears. Hello, welcome to The Real Housebears. Hello, welcome to The Real Housebears podcast.
That was so good.
Wow. Bravo.
That was, I can't believe, that was a good one.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with Brynn and letting everybody know that it's Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Yes, and showing your
showing all the full back.
You're into showing off your
back.
You're into showing off your butt crack.
I'm just letting everybody know that
it's the Real Housebears. That
Real
was
Housebears.
So good. I'm so proud of you for that. Especially after we had a late night last night.
Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. I had a rough 5 days.
We have been, as you all know, on the road, and once I left Texas, you came home for just one day before now today I'm leaving for New Orleans as soon as we're done recording this podcast.
Yes.
So that's our only day to be together, so we certainly made the most of it.
I need a plan B.
We sure did, but I'm paying for it this morning, y'all.
Well, luckily for you, after I get on the airplane, you can sleep while I'm editing the podcast.
Well, lucky for everyone on the video, I got my comb.
Yes.
And I am brushing my hair.
So now you can really groom yourself during the podcast.
I bet they could hear it. That was my beard. Now my hair. See, the strokes are longer.
Yes.
Because my hair is longer.
You're so silly. So, like I said, today I'm on the way to New Orleans. You, this weekend, will be...
I'm going to Chicago, y'all. I'm
for
going to be there
market days?
Yes, I'm going to be there for 4 days. First night is Furball. Second night is Load. And Monday morning is Sunrise.
Load, that sounds dirty.
Maybe there's oil down here.
It's like doing laundry, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, or like loading a truck. That's what it's called. It's like more like service industry kind of thing.
So again, friends, we tell you where we're going to be so that if you see us there, you'll come up and say hi to us.
Or if you see us in an airport or something, we're usually always wearing a Real Housebears swag.
I know. I need to get more. I want to get
more
one
colors
in like every color.
Well, I definitely need to get more than one right now because just wearing one to the airport, I can't wear it again.
Yeah, my pink sparkly one, it's like, oh, there he is again. Doesn't he have any other clothes?
I know. They're like, oh, that gold one.
Well, that does not... Well, maybe that does make us the most Brynnteresting person in the room.
Yes.
The guy with the pink sparkly Housebear shirt that he wears every single time.
Yeah. It's either that one or it's the we're all in this together with all the colors of the fists.
Yes.
It's either that one or that one.
Well, that's the best way to get your message across.
It's true. Especially traveling.
Yeah.
I was wearing a shirt yesterday that said, "That'll do, pig, that'll do," and it had a pig and stuff, and it's, it's from a gay company, and the guy that was sitting next to me, he's like, "What does your shirt say?" And I'm like, "That'll do, pig, that'll do," and he's like, "Oh, that's really interesting. What does that mean?"
Well, it's also
and I'm just like, it's a quote from Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
I was like, it's, but that's what I said. I was like, it's just a pig-themed, store line that just has everything pig-themed. He's like, "Cool, I'll have to look that up." I'm like, "Yeah, you will."
I'm getting very horny.
Well, you ain't gonna find any pig-themed stuff at Aaron's house at 8 o'clock. Well, actually, it sounds like Aaron and Brynn got a little piggy last night.
I love it that Brynn just went to bed with Aaron. I love it that they could fight, but Brynn's like, "She can't hate me."
Yeah.
And then Aaron's like, "I can't hate her."
But I feel like in real life now, post production, I feel like they're out. I hear that they're on the outs.
I don't like that.
I know.
But I love it that Brynn's like, "You can't ghost me. I'm here now.
I'm in your home.
I'm in your home." And apparently, Sai got into bed with him, got her foot play in, and got the F out.
But Sai, it's 8:05 a.m. She is already hungry. She's like, "Why did Aaron not start cooking an hour ago?"
Yeah, right? I wanted to wake up to some, like, good smelling stuff.
Like Mom does.
And Mom always it's always the perfect timing too for some reason.
Yeah, but I don't want what they're having. We'll talk about that in more. I want biscuits and gravy.
I want a traditional.
Yes, scrambled eggs. Jenna Lyons wears $500,000 worth of jewelry to cut the tomatoes.
It's insane, right?
I love that.
I think it's so sexy.
I mean, especially
it's so sexy.
Right, she dresses down so much. So something like that.
Especially in the morning, and who gave her crap for it or whatever? And Jenna's just like, have you heard of Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Right.
Like, I've never seen it, but I know that it's extravagant.
Right.
Like, you're at Breakfast at Tiffany's.
But it is, well, you had a Tiffany's moment.
I did have a Tiffany's moment.
So, can I tell this story real quick?
Sure.
So, we were in in New York City for your birthday.
30th birthday.
For your 30th birthday, and I arranged a situation at Tiffany's that we could pick out a piece of jewelry for you, and they actually served us like took us to our own special table to look at the jewelry and
got champagne for us.
And brought us champagne and Tiffany flutes.
And I got a pair of cufflinks that I wore to Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That was dinner at Tiffany's. But don't you ask Jenna Lyons to cut an onion in that jewelry. She is sensitive to onions. And what else is it? What else is she super sensitive to that makes her want to gag?
Oh, dill.
Dill. Yeah.
Dill.
So Uba brings in her Uba Hot. She's like, y'all going to taste the Uba Hot on this shashuka today.
I really want to get some, but I can't do any heat.
There's a mild.
I know, but it seemed like even the mild was hot.
But I like it. She's like, listen, when I was modeling, I was eating like celery sticks every day, and I needed something to taste
with flavor. And salsa is 0 calories. It actually burns calories, doesn't it?
Maybe, yeah, celery. So they eat the shakshuka, and most people love it except for Sai.
I would be the same way, I think.
I don't know that if
I would eat some of it, but then I'd be like, I need to go get another meal.
Yeah, well, just again, all that acid in the morning would destroy my stomach. I would have heartburn for the rest of the day. And I just don't know about the texture of eggs in a tomato sauce.
Yeah.
You know how I texture.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. It was just it's like eating runny eggs, and I don't like that.
No. But everyone else, Jessel actually gave a compliment.
Oh, I wrote, Jessel's finally happy.
For one moment.
For one very quick moment. I didn't know Erin was Israeli.
Yeah,
That's
think
cool.
I did know
now
that
I could see I could see it in her face now. Like, she's so pretty. I just didn't know what nationality she was.
Yeah. Thanksgiving talk. There is a hard conversation for Brynn here. She would love to have a family. She would love to have a family nearby that would drop by unannounced.
Yeah, people that don't get it.
She would love to have an overbearing mother-in-law.
Yes.
But I'm like, girl, I don't know.
You might not want it.
Especially not an overbearing mother-in-law who's close enough to drop by unannounced.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, be careful what you wish for. I understand that you're saying you wish you had family, but you don't want these things.
Yeah.
You know? Don't you dare stop by my house unannounced.
I love that she's friends with all of her exes. That's kind of like me. Well, I only have 2 exes. I hate one, and the other one is my best friend.
Right. So not really like
Not really like me.
Bitches and whores. Next question.
But I do like to stay friends with all my exes stuff because it's like they're kind of my father figures too in my life.
Yeah, because you've always been an daughter, man.
Well, yeah, of course.
Erica Jane.
Ooh. Dang, I'm marrying wrong though.
I know, right? We start to learn Brynn's story. I love that we're really getting to know these women.
I love. Some people are like, I just can't get into these new girls on it. I'm like, no, you're just being spiteful. It's like when somebody remakes a childhood movie of yours, you automatically are like, no, I'm not gonna like it. I'm not even gonna like it, and they won't even give it a chance.
Yes, if you don't like this new cast of New York, you don't like Housewives.
That's true.
Or you only like Housewives of women who are over 50.
We're not boring, that's for sure. If you can't handle this energy, stay home.
Yeah.
I mean, but heck, we've got another Ramona Jessel's on the squad. All right, so Brynn's story, she was adopted by her mom's mom because her mom and dad were not really in the picture.
But you could see how much her demeanor changes. You could see that she covers up her pain with humor. A lot. She's funny. She only wants to have fun. It's because when she's by herself, probably she thinks too much.
I mean, the more and more you get to know her, her desperate need for attention makes so
much sense. Yeah.
I don't know that I love it, but I get it. Yeah. I mean, I like the way
I could identify.
I really liked her showing off her butt to everybody.
I love her big open back and butt. I love that. That's such a me thing that I would do too. If it was like something my theme, I would do that so much.
So for right now, Brynn's going to go to London for the holidays to see her third ex-fiance, Gideon. Apparently, super cute guy, real nice guy, but...
And Jewish.
Why not?
So cute.
Uba eating with a knife also makes me terribly uncomfortable.
I think she's so hardcore. I love her so much.
Okay, so years ago, back when my life was in a different place right now, one of my kind of OCDs was I had a real thing about knives. They completely freaked me out.
For a while, I had to clean all the knives.
Yeah, it was... I was always afraid of being cut by... I mean, and it's like... Anyhow, so that could have really given me trauma. Luckily, I'm in a place in my life where pretty much nothing gets me down, so...
I love they're like, she's a lady. And it's like, she eats with a knife. That ain't no lady.
Jessel cannot wait to get out of here.
She is.
She's been in the child's room.
Yeah, she's very...
She has had the unflattering lingerie.
She's over it.
She wants out of there. You know, though...
Oh, the cold. Don't forget the cold.
Oh, the cold. The Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's the slow Wi-Fi and cold.
But you know what? As much as I really haven't found a reason to like Jessel quite yet, I just love her face. Her face is
pretty.
Especially when she's sitting there talking to her husband later. Just the angle and the light. I'm like, oh my
She's
God.
really pretty.
Why aren't you as pretty on the inside as you are on the outside?
So you're calling me a bitch?
So I can really see why this wasn't relaxing for Erin. This was just like a nightmare. Trip. Air conditioning, her heater broken.
Not making food on time.
I mean,
not making enough food.
Si's going to provisions as soon as she leaves the house.
That's the next stop we need to do when we go down somewhere there. We need to get some provisions.
Well, we need to get to the Hamptons.
Yes.
Or Sag Harbor, which we did look at a map and figure out where all of that is. Yeah. So now we're at Erin at work.
Now it's Erin's little backstory.
Like, she is a badass bee.
She is.
On the construction site.
She is. She don't take no bull.
But you know what? She's not, like, hateful. She's just direct.
Yeah.
I love... You know, some people can't be direct without sounding...
Without sounding like they're...
aggressive.
Like, telling you what to do. You know, there's stuff like saying what to do instead of telling you
She seems like she has a good relationship with the people she's working with.
Yeah.
So she grew up in the... Her mother sold Lincoln Center.
Jeez.
Okay, you're a
I don't
rich
even
family.
know what that means. Like, how much that money could have been.
I know, right?
Like,
how much money you make off of
yeah,
that?
jeez.
Holy cow. But I mean, how much money do you make when you're selling a home to Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow or to Tom Clancy? I
Man,
mean,
she had a hot life growing up. That's awesome.
But you know what? She's a worker. She got a real estate license when she was 19.
I bet she got so many great gifts from all those people.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you give a gift to your realtor or, vice versa, just crazy.
I'm in a small little tiny Bravo universe. She's working for Frederick Uckland. He's from $1 Million Listing.
He looked familiar, but I didn't know where
he's
from.
a Bravo celebrity. He's from $1 Million Listing. He's kind of one of the more outrageous characters, so he's really memorable.
I couldn't tell by his outfit.
So Erin really likes the design and construction part of it all. So I love the name Homegirl for her business.
Me too.
Because even like, you know, a cis straight guy can get the humor in that and still trust her because she sounds like a girl. When you say homegirl, it could be like a guy's girl, or it could be a girl's girl. It could be a whole lot of different things. I loved it,
and what a smart way to make more money out of your stuff by designing all these apartments that you're selling and taking pictures of all of it too for your Instagram of designing. This is what I do for a living. She really did make up the difference for money she could have lost.
Yeah, I'm impressed by her. But you know what? Not only does her tagline talk about not taking bull, but right here she's like, with all the day-to-day crap that I have to deal with, I have no tolerance for bull crap.
Yeah.
So this must really be like a thing for her.
Yeah, definitely bull everything.
Yes, or bull. She's not very tolerant in general, which makes me hard to believe that her and Brynn are such good friends. Speaking of Brynn at Nadia Vassal Salon.
Jeez, say that 5 times fast.
No, I will not. Brynn has to go to the salon every week for 3 to 6 hours.
Man.
Do we know what she does for a living? Do we know how she has money?
I don't know, but I know that she's worth $5 million, and some of these girls are only worth $1 million.
Yikes, I want to know more about that.
I know. I want to know where she got all of her money and how, like, what does she do?
I wonder if she's on the Marlowe train.
Oh, my.
Okay, so without any makeup on and without her hair straightened and flattened, now you see her heritage.
Yeah.
Now you see her biracialism.
Mm-hmm. She's looks exactly like a biracial baby.
Yeah.
Like the best sides of both, you know?
With her makeup, she's already pretty light-skinned. But with her makeup, when she puts makeup on, she looks practically Caucasian.
Yeah.
And then when her hair's not done, too, you see that gorgeous texture.
Yeah.
I hope she does. When she gets in her 40s.
I want her to have a big fro.
Yes.
Like,
and plus, I like that reddish hue that she does to her hair.
No, I think that's natural.
There's a lot of hair.
So what a blessing, though, that Brynn's grandmother had the insight to take her to a black hair salon.
Yeah.
I think that would be the most fun day. I want to go sit.
I would too. That would be so much, especially just as a little girl and like getting to see a different side of you.
Yes.
You know, it would be so much fun to sit there and just listen to all this drama and all these girls talk.
Yes, there's nothing funnier than a group of black women just dishing.
Oh my!
And,
so when we went to go see the Meg.
Yes.
In theaters, the only reason it was fun because there was a group of black women that were in front of us, and they were hooting and hollering, screaming at the parts, and it made me laugh so hard. They made the movie so much funner.
Oh yes. It's
the only reason why I liked that movie is because of those ladies.
Yes. Kind of off the subject, but I thought it was funny. Someone called into Radio Andy the other day and to give him parenting advice because he's always actually asking for it. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Andy, all you need to do is to get Ben a black auntie."
Yes, man.
She was like, it just takes one look, and he won't do it again.
It's true.
I support it.
I support that so much.
Now, we learn a lot about all the women even. This isn't totally about Brynn because this Uba scene is very, very touching.
Yeah.
You never get over the loss of a parent that you're close to.
Yeah, especially one that you leaned on so much.
Yeah, but anyhow, Kathleen, Uba's friend and business consultant, comes over. I think Uba's apartment is gorgeous. Thank God Oprah made it a favorite thing so she could afford that gorgeous apartment.
Man, once you're becoming Oprah's favorite thing, you made it.
Bitches! We made it!
Did you notice the giant mirror in her living room?
No.
Oh, not only did it make the whole apartment look so much bigger, but it's a giant mirror to totally see how you look.
I love a big, chunky mirror.
So Uba wants to take Uba hot to the next level. She wants someone to hold her hand and get her there, but she doesn't want someone to like take over.
Lead her there.
Yeah. She wants an investor, but not someone to tell her what to do.
Yeah. You know what? I do want to live in Ubaville, though.
I'll live in Ubaville forever.
Listen, I will move in just like she will.
I'll get a little townhouse. I'll keep the yard nice.
Yes.
But I want to live in Ubaville.
Yeah, same. 100%. I want a nice view of the mountains, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
But then we find out that her mother passed in 2012.
Yeah.
And that's a really sad, emotional moment. It got me in the heart.
Well, she's still dealing with this in 2023.
Like I said, you never get over it. You never get over it. That's why I call my mother almost every single morning. Every single morning, just so that I don't regret it later. At Cy's brownstone, is this the first time that we've seen Cy with long hair?
No.
I feel like it is. I feel like she's been sporting short hair this whole season, and now all of a sudden got this long, glorious, curly hair.
I don't know.
I was like, get it, Cy. Anyhow, Cy tells her husband, David, that Brynn actually, I guess the London plans fell through, and Brynn doesn't have any Thanksgiving plans after all, so Cy's going to have a Friendsgiving, sweetly called a Brynnsgiving.
Brynnsgiving.
It's a Friendsgiving!
I think this is so sweet.
Me too. What a great idea.
What a great friend,
See,
too.
liking Cy more and more and more. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad we got to know her. The conversation goes to Jessel, and then we start kind of a back and forth between Cy and David and Jessel and Pavitt. But David, he's like, maybe just give Jessel a pass. You know, I've never had children myself, so I can't imagine what it's like having twins.
And plus, imagine having a kid times two at the same time.
So I don't want to judge, but they're all like, no, she's a bitch and she won't have sex.
No, she's a bitch and she needs to have sex. Oh my gosh.
So we go over to Jessel's apartment in Chelsea, where apparently her own husband thinks she's a bitch. I mean,
he's
right?
tiptoeing so much around this.
But he's being honest. Like, he doesn't want to lie. So apparently this is the way Jessel has been this whole trip to Sag Harbor is how Jessel is. I love it. One time he's like, you just kind of sort of, like you always do sometimes.
You came off the wrong way like you always kind of do sometimes.
Yeah, like, you know.
Like you always do sometimes.
So, and she's like, bitch. You're like, no, I'm not saying bitchy. But, you have those tendencies.
Yes.
He's tiptoeing around this so much. I love it. But you know what? This is another scene where I said earlier in the season that Jessel is so much like Jennifer Aiden, where they only care about status. They only care about what's going to get you this out of what connections you're going to get. Because she's basically just going to... She only wants to bring these kids to this nice school just for the connections, to network.
But Jessel's not even a fraction of as funny as Jennifer.
No.
So back and forth to now we're going over to Aaron's apartment in Tribeca. Becky. There are sticky hands all over the ceiling, and she's afraid Jenna Lyons is going to judge her home. Do you find that Jenna Lyons is judgy?
Yes, because in this next scene, like, Jenna is judgy in her confessional about
say?
the drink. Remember when she's
No,
making the
I'm
drink?
going to miss that one.
Okay, so when they're making the drinks or whatever,
Okay.
She was doing it wrong this whole time, and she was doing it for for Aaron. And then in her confessional, she's like, she's probably never ever used those mugs for what they're used for.
Oh, the mugs.
Yes.
Oh, the creamer mug.
The drinks.
Oh, yeah. She was talking about how the creamer mug had the nipple hole in it and how it would pour all over. Gotcha. Well, anyhow, the nipple creamer was cute, and I really enjoyed it.
I mean, she judges a lot. I can't believe you don't think that.
I don't think Jenna Lyons is judgy.
I don't think she's judgy. She's just corrective.
Yeah, but I don't think that she goes into someone's home going, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
No.
Like most of these other women have.
But she did go in and judge something about her.
Yeah, well, she was just like, I don't know how she's using this nipple pourer and still drinking coffee. Jenna Lyons brought Aaron a thank you gift. And Jenna's like, Aaron's like, I'll put it over here.
I'm not going
to. I don't like it.
I'll open it later.
Jenna Lyons is like, I would never host women in my home. So kudos to you as much, whether it was perfect or not. Jenna Lyons and Jessel went shopping together for Aaron's gift, and they talked about the lingerie situation.
Lingerie.
According to Jessel, that conversation came too late since the other women got in on it. She's like, we should have had this conversation back in Sag Harbor. Now the other women got involved in it, and now I'm pissed. Mm-hmm. I'm pissed, as Campbell would say. And then Jenna Lyons tells Aaron about Jessel calling them cackling hags.
Crazy cackling hags.
I thought Jenna said cackling hags.
No, Jessel said it, because even
did
Jessel told Pavitt, she's like, well, I did call him cackling hags.
Okay, because I rewound that scene like twice, and I was like,
Jessel tells Pavitt that she called him cackling hags, then cut to this scene where Jenna Lyons says, Aaron goes, well, did she say anything else? So it wasn't like Jenna just like offered it. She was prompted. Did they say anything else? She's like, well, she did call you cackling hags.
Yeah.
And then later they're like, well, why did you tell everybody? And Jenna's like, I don't know. The married with kids tax is way too expensive.
Yuck.
Pavitt doesn't really seem too worried about this.
No, but
I don't think he likes her. I don't think he wants to have sex with her. I think he is flogging his log before she gets home so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yikes.
Been there, Pavitt. That's how I know.
Oof.
Well, how about if we're already ready to get
Almost
to
for
Friendsgiving. So let's take a quick break. Then we'll talk about the Brynnsgiving and Crappie lick.
Hooray. Bye.
Beer time.
No, tomorrow it's beer time.
Come get your food. It's Brynnsgiving.
It sounds like it's Brynnsgiving in Benton, Illinois.
Then 10. Make it 2 syllables. Then 10.
Well, we're doing that right after this. So we're doing Crappie Lake right after this.
Yes. Sai will feed you.
I got your back, boo.
She will feed you.
But I don't know about all this seafood stuff for Thanksgiving stuff.
Well,
Like,
it's not a traditional Thanksgiving,
I
that's for
want
dang
it.
sure.
I
But
want
I
it.
want the fried potato chips, though. You know how I love a house-made, like homemade potato chip? That's one of my favorite things.
Why can't we just have a traditional breakfast and like a traditional Thanksgiving?
But I'm not really into the rest of the stuff. I'm not interested in the stuffed mushrooms,
Me
salmon,
either.
and sniper.
Well, I would eat it, but it's just not Thanksgiving-y for me.
Yeah.
And I bet it doesn't fish smell? What
Well,
the hell?
that's why this isn't Thanksgiving. It's a Friendsgiving.
It's
a
Brynnsgiving, not a Friendsgiving. It's Brynnsgiving.
Right.
Brynnsgiving.
So it's not traditional.
Kone, the chef, is that how
Yes.
I pronounce it? Kone?
I think so.
Kone?
He was almost eaten alive once Brynn got there.
But that, like, married, you say married, it's like pepper spray to her. She's like, oh, never mind, bye.
Yeah, but she can't help herself.
She can't.
Like,
she
she
even
literally
went. She
can't.
went right over to David, the bartender. Was like,
Are you
single?
married?
Are you married?"
And then the moment Jenna Lyons got there, she's like, I just feel like I have to flirt with her too. Like she cannot.
She can't
help
turn it
herself.
off.
There's
Well-
like it's just part of her DNA.
It is. I love it. I love her so much.
Ooh.
She's just a good time, and she makes me happy.
But I love the showing off of her low cut back. It's crazy to think that. First of all, I'm surprised that they showed Sai fix her mic pack on camera. They never kind of break the fourth wall like that. But then it made me think, oh, someone had to mic Brynn in her butt crack.
Oh,
like
yeah.
another human on the sound department, which is normally a guy.
Yeah.
At least in Salt Lake City. I don't know about New
I
York.
could only imagine how many of the producers got hit on during.
Oh my God.
all the cameramen, the mic men, like the second, because they're all pretty cute.
Yeah.
They're all very
There's
cute.
a lot of cute ones. And then, but not as sexy as Jenna Lyons in a latex suit.
I know. I really want to see that.
I want to see her with a whip. I want to have like Catwoman mask on.
I want to see her adjust her glasses while she's doing it.
I want to see her looking awkward and uncomfortable.
Yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see her awkward and comfortable in that outfit.
Well, Erin's not feeling how she's looking. She's like, oh my God, my hair is frizzy. I look horrible. She's not into it. But I mean, she just left the memorial for her 94-year-old grandmother.
Well, then
What an episode of Lost here.
but then enter Jessel, who didn't get greeted at the door and barely got a welcome to Brynnsgiving back turn from Brynn. But then she walks up to Erin, and Erin's talking about how her grandma just passed
How
away.
she literally came there from the memorial practically. Jessel gives the most awkward response.
Well, it's kind of like, well, that sucks. The weather was really bad today, too.
I hope it went well.
Yeah, I guess. Hope everything...
No, sorry for your loss.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, it was the weirdest response. She is...
And then just turned around and walked
But
off.
then it made me think, here we go. We really do have kind of another Ramona. And Ramona is iconic. All time. Like if I would say at least top 10 iconic housewives all time, maybe top 5.
I mean, she's well known.
So she's privileged, she's rude, she's speaks her mind when she shouldn't. So maybe I need to change the way that I look at Jess a little bit. I don't know.
You're not wrong.
But Uba trying to figure out what cackling hags is.
Or just say it.
Yeah, or just say and then somehow
cuckoo.
she's like, it translates in her brain to testicles,
Yeah.
like low hanging.
She's like chakas, because I think chakas means balls or something.
Okay, but that was really, really, really funny.
she's
But
so hilarious.
I'm kind of with Jenna Lyons. She's like, listen, I don't think that she was trying to be aggressively. Like it was just a flip.
It's just funny because you guys were laughing loudly. That's just what you say. I do it to my sisters all the time.
But it wasn't meant as harshly. It was taken supposedly. I was surprised that the centerpiece was made with eucalyptus.
I really liked it. I love the smell of eucalyptus.
Beautiful. I do too, but I love the smell of eucalyptus. But things that smell change the way that your food tastes.
Especially because it's a menthol-y.
Yeah. So I thought that was a surprise because there was so much. There was a whole koala.
Maybe you don't know. Maybe Kone was like, this is going to open up your palate for all the seafood.
Huh?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I'll give it. But Brynn gets really emotional because they're kind of asking her how she's feeling, knowing that the holidays were sensitive to her, and she doesn't want to talk about her childhood.
She doesn't like talking about the bad stuff.
I feel it's a little bit of, because again, she is someone who is really desperate to be seen and to be heard. So I feel like she's kind of doesn't want to talk about it, but she does want to talk about it. I think this will fill that need for attention for her.
I kind of think that I think she's nervous about bringing out old things on television.
Yeah.
I think she could talk about her pain and what she felt through it, but she can't give like specific who's who did what.
Right.
Because that's going to open up another can of worms for her.
Right.
Because they're all going to attack her on
True.
TV.
I
feel
horrible.
like you could see like while she's yelling, like telling the producer she can't talk about it, like she's torn on whether she should talk about it or not talk about it. How much should she give?
And I want to know who the asshole is that told her she wasn't picked up for 6 days as a child. She can't remember that if she was only with them for 6 months of her life.
Yeah.
Who's the asshole that told her that?
You didn't need to tell her that.
As if she already
That makes her feel so unwanted.
That made me so furious. Because that's where my mind went. I was like, how would she know that?
Yeah.
Without someone having to tell her. She doesn't, oh...
Yeah, that just breaks my heart.
But I will say she looks beautiful when she's sad. I liked her crystal top thing she was wearing in her confessional. It wasn't too sexy. Remember in Salt Lake City when Whitney was crying in her confessional, but she was wearing this outfit that was like practically nipple pasties?
Yes. Wasn't it the Marilyn Monroe outfit that she was wearing?
No, it was in the season of her like going to therapy and
okay.
But nonetheless, I was like, she looks so pretty when she's crying, but I just felt uncomfortable staring at her boobs while she was crying. I didn't feel that way with Brad.
Yeah, she was reserved. Yes.
Yeah. So that was the very end of the episode. So I think we're going to find out a whole lot more.
But Brynn can't let go of the hurt that she didn't get to have a chance to have a mom and dad that loved her.
Yeah.
And she needs to know that she will never ever get that, and you can't keep going back to that.
Has she mentioned going to therapy? I wonder if she goes to
I'm
therapy.
sure she does. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. She kind of hides things with humor.
Yeah.
So sometimes the most funniest people are the most saddest. But that's
And it appears she's been having creative differences with all of her fiancés.
Oh, what a segue to Crappie Lake.
Right? How are you impressed?
That was really good. I like that.
Thank you. So Brad Cook, the owner of Aloha Pools and Spas, they got a hot tub for
That's
the
so
Benton
sweet.
Motel to increase tourism.
That's so sweet.
I freaking love Hakash so much. He's my favorite. Well, he's not my favorite. We'll talk about who my favorite townspeople are coming up a little bit
yes.
later. I did finally get his wife's name, Hiral. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Hiral. I have felt like a jerk for not knowing her name because I know they've shown it.
I haven't said either one of their names.
What do you think about Sonia or Luann, I don't remember who it was, worrying that the local water is going to give them yeast infections?
Once you get in, you can't get it out.
Well,
You put chemicals in the water, ladies.
I know, but still, like,
You've been taking baths in the water.
They said earlier that their lake, they crap in it and stuff. So, like...
But Sonia apparently can take a bath in it. So
that's true. They're so stupid.
But they have a fun little water fight, and Luann's in her dress.
Oh, but you forgot. Sonia tells everyone, Luann loves getting sprayed with water.
Because she knows
knows
all
everything
of
that Sonia likes. Luann likes.
Well, my favorite thing about this episode is you can tell that Sonia and Luann are officially tired of each other.
They're over it with both of each other.
It's so fun to watch. But Luann's brother arrives. Luann literally drug him away from his vacation in Canada and would not take no for an answer. Like, listen, we have these goals that have to be done before we leave here.
You're the only man in my life that
Don't you dare
has...
let us fail. We've run out of money. We paid for a hot tub. We paid for a fence.
We're running late. We have a week left here.
Oh my gosh, bless his heart. So over at the adoption center, on the way, Sonia is now no longer even in charge of navigation. She's like, it's not my responsibility.
Remember
Put it in the ways.
Remember when I said in the first season, I said, do not ever let Sonia give directions because she's terrible. And now she's totally given up completely.
Yeah.
She's the worst, wingman driver.
Listen, Sonia does not lift a finger in this entire episode to assist in any way, shape, or form.
That's true. That's true.
So the woman who works at the animal shelter, her last name is Overturf.
Overturf?
Bobby Overturf.
Bobby Overturf.
I've never heard that last name before. That's an interesting last name. Bobby Overturf. Well, the dogs really do have a completely different attitude.
I didn't hear any barking at all.
I mean, it was really shocking.
Yeah.
What a difference it made.
A huge difference just going outside.
What a good thing they did.
Yeah. I mean, the second they showed up, one was already adopted and another one was getting adopted.
I mean, not that they really had a choice, but what a really good thing they did.
It was really nice.
And everyone feels good about it. Like Sonia and Luann feel so good about themselves, and the townspeople feel so good.
I love it that they're like thanking them for doing everything and they hug each other like, we're so great. Everybody's like, well, how about a group hug? And they're like, oh, okay, group hug then.
Group hug.
You were all a team.
Yes. But it was sweet. It's sweet. We have only 10 days until the Benton Follies.
You guys.
Thank God we have Courtney Cox to save the day.
So, because of his age, he obviously was named Courtney Cox first before
Yes.
Courtney Cox got famous.
Yes.
And I wanted to be there when he found out, like, everyone started calling him, like, Courtney Cox, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh, Courtney Cox. Like,
Yeah, you can't. There's no way to just say Courtney
he just, like,
if you know.
he's like, who is that?
Once you get it in your ear, there's no way to get it out.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
You gotta say Courtney Cox.
But he makes it, he has a good sense of humor
He's
about
like,
it.
I know.
But Luann does not have a good sense of humor about being called a former countess.
You know, once a countess, always a countess, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Once a countess, always a countess. I mean,
Even especially just as your stage name, even if it's not your real title anymore, I don't know. So Luann and Sonia have kind of written a song about Benton.
and they kind of have the similarities of how they want it to be sung.
But they both, not kind of, they both very definitely
Very
feel like they
separately.
are songwriters. They are songwriters.
I love it that Sonia chimes in. I'm a songwriter. I've written like 2 songs.
Yeah. Luann has her own Pandora station, and she's written 5 of her own
I
songs.
love a little name drop. I love that.
But her songs are always a rap and then a kind of sung chorus. That's Luann's
Yeah,
song.
that's true.
It's just talking. Paris in January, kind of things.
But I love it that Luann is more, kind of like show tunes. But Sonia wants to be more, she wants hers to be more like Billie Eilish. She doesn't even know the name of the artist that she wants to mimic. And also, like, what?
And it's because Sonia doesn't really want a real sung melody. She just wants to talk it. She wants to. That's why it only takes her a half hour to 45 minutes to even rehearse an entire show.
You know what?
It's because she's just making it up as she goes along.
I was kind of surprised she gave it 45 minutes in the first place.
I do like 30 minutes before each show. That's it. If you don't like it, lump it.
I would have given her at least 15 minutes.
I mean, she really run through. She makes it up once, and she's like, "All right, we did it. Let's do it
I'm
again.
done. We're done."
Because next time I'll do something similar."
Yeah, and if you don't like it, whatever.
And again, she just wants to talk it. She doesn't want to actually sing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And then we have like a who's on first, like who's following who? Is the piano following the girls? Is the girls following the piano? Is Luann Sonia following Sonia? It's just crazy.
It needs more.
And they're irritated with each other, so they're just kind of just in their own spaces.
But Sonia's like, let's just not get too caught up in the details.
Let's just wing it.
Luann, that's why Luann is touring the country with her
Honey,
show.
yeah.
And Sonia's like still got 3 cities.
Throwing gay tea parties at our house.
So at Benton Motel, it looks like they're only remodeling Sonia and Luann's suites. Or rooms, not suites, rooms, I think. Well, and that is kind of an attraction. Again, Housewives fans are crazy. They'll go...
Well, look, Trixie Mattel did
Yeah.
her motel in Palm Springs, and people will pay a lot of money just to go there.
Yeah, absolutely they do. Because you can't afford it.
Right?
But Luann's going to be called the Chic Suite. And Sonia's is going to be called Sonia Morgan Fucked Here.
Perfect.
So they're picking up supplies. Sonia and Mike are picking up from Sonia's normal favorite, like handyman, but he has COVID right now. And then Luann and Akash are picking out carpet. So this is the very first moment where Sonia is literally zero help.
She did help. She made a lot of sexual innuendos.
Yeah, she did.
Some of these bitches are in heat.
Like a ton of them.
Yeah, she did. And she talked plenty about how she's allergic to dust.
And how her crotch and butt and underboob is itchy.
Yes.
Allergies. Honey. Tools. Phallic pieces.
And poor Mike, Luann's own brother. Luann threw her own brother to Sonia to get away from her.
Poor guy.
And Mike's just like, I want to go back on vacation. I'm getting this done in one day.
One day.
One day. It's going to be a whole new room in one day.
And if you ever heard a construction worker say one day, they mean 3 months.
Well, no, he's like, I got to fly back to Canada.
I mean, he's going to let the rest of the guys finish it up.
Yeah. So, demolition. Luann and Mike are doing the demolition while Sonia is taking a bubble bath and talking to the camera crew. Sonia is getting naked and taking a bubble bath and talking to the camera
And not
crew.
only is she taking a bubble bath, but she's getting it everywhere, all over the floor. And she doesn't even care. She's like a child.
And she's like giving a narrative the whole time about how some people don't test the water and they get it too hot and like, what are you doing while these people are over here working, Sonia?
What are you talking about?
It's so funny. And then
It's like a fever dream.
she gets out of the bath to help. And first off, she vacuums out the drawer instead of just like wipes out a drawer.
She plays with a whip a little bit.
Yeah, he gives her some piece of material and then
I don't even think he gave it to her. She just grabbed it out of the floor.
one
And
of the most beautiful pieces of irony is when she's out here playing with that thing against the post and she's telling Akash more work, less play.
Let's talk more work.
Yeah.
You are literally playing and telling him more work, less play.
And then when she gets in there, she makes Akash carry what she was supposed to help carry out. And she's sexually harasses him on the way out. I mean, she was no help. She was no help.
Spanks his butt and talks about how much
flat
she
it is.
enjoys it.
She said
but
it's
she
a
likes
dent.
it.
It's hot.
She likes it. That's how the Morgans were.
Yeah, she has to bring up the Morgans.
She has to bring up the Morgans.
She has to bring up the Morgans.
Why were not Mary Ellen Aiken and Ruth Lewis from the Gardening Club on this show the entire season?
So you saw this episode before me, but I watched it for the first time last night. And the second I saw both of them, I just paused it and I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who are they?
And I was
Who
like,
are these two ladies?
my two new favorites on this show.
And then I watched the little scene that they have.
They
And
got
I'm
a
like,
minute and a half.
where's my Mary and Ruth show?
So, please give them a spinoff.
I just want them to sit there and talk about the town while drinking tea. You do all
Please.
that.
They're kind of like the judges on the Muppet Show, but they're not
But they're
mean.
nice. It's the complete
Yes.
opposite. It's the wives of the old
But
men.
there is the sly, like, might have to eat our words in a few months.
We might have to move.
They may be sorry about this. Can you believe that? We might have to move.
I was obsessed.
They're
The second-
really excited
The second
about-
I saw them, I was
Yes.
obsessed.
And they're kind of a cross between the judges, and then they're also on SNL, the women with sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls, yeah.
The
I love your
NPR
sweaty
women or
balls.
whatever.
Yeah, NPR.
This is where they might. But anyhow, they're excited about the talent show. They didn't know that Sonia and Luann could sing and maybe dance.
Y'all are screwing this all up. That's what's going to bring the tourism.
Yes.
Is those two ladies.
Spin off with them and
Meet Mary and Ruth in their town of
I
Benton.
will go to Benton,
I will
Illinois
go
for
there
that.
just for them. I want to go listen to them talk about stuff.
I'm not going to Benton if you can't promise me that they're going to be there.
It's 100%.
And when they
I don't
pass-
care about Sonia and Luann. I want these two ladies. The producers, you guys screwed up by just putting them in now.
And
you guys
for
should
a
have had them
minute.
in all through the whole season.
Oh my
because
God.
it's gold.
I love them. I love them. I love them a lot more than this blonde wig that Luann's trying to pull off.
I'm worried we're going to get laughed off stage.
Girl.
She's trying
Girl,
to
that
pull-
looked like a Party City wig.
That's a Zercher's wig.
And your hair underneath is all balled up and sticking out.
Oh,
and
honey,
like,
it's a
awful.
mess.
That hat isn't even hiding
And
it,
what are you?
sister.
What is that outfit? What are you doing?
She is dressing up.
She's like, I'm getting into my domination.
She got into costume is what she did.
She legit looks like a female village person.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Sonia, did you notice Sonia does not like wearing a seatbelt?
She always holds it down. She doesn't
back.
like it touching her boob. Maybe she puts a makeup on her chest, so she doesn't want it to get on the
Maybe.
seatbelt.
Well, tech rehearsal is a big hot mess. Sonia, Sonia rehearses 45 minutes for a show, so she doesn't need to worry about the details. She just wants to get through. But Luann, she wants to direct. She is also producing. She might even be choreographing a little bit. Like, she is producing a show.
But you know what I'm pissed off at?
What?
Kayla.
Oh, jeez. Kayla.
With that light.
Kayla,
the light is in my eyes. It's bright.
seriously.
I just loved it. That was just 1 second. And whoever Kayla is, like, great, they put it in, but it's like yelling at me.
Kayla's like, they talked about me on TV.
That's my name.
So, Luann's thing is, in particular, she doesn't want anyone to come out on stage and stand and wait for the music. She wants everyone to wait in the wings, start the music, and then come out.
Dancers cannot come out without music.
But what if your dance starts on the first beat? That's not possible. Anyhow, that's her pet peeve. And that poor little girl does not understand.
She's up there by herself, just standing there being like, do you realize that I started dancing kind of like on the beat when it started?
So at the very, very beginning of this episode, when the hot tub comes, Sonia says something, and then Luann kind of summarizes it, saying the
way,
same.
so-
And Sonia goes, yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
And then here, Sonia gives some feedback that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
But so Luann actually is trying to translate.
Yeah.
But be in agreement with Sonia. And Sonia's like, so you're just going to say the same thing I just said?
I just love it that they're arguing with each other with the mic still up to their mouths. Like, they don't even realize they're talking through the
It's amazing.
mics.
It's amazing.
And they are bickering back at each other.
They have had
like
enough
they've
of
been
each other.
married for 20 years.
But Luann, she wants this to be a really great production, and Sonia doesn't know what that means.
And Sonia's like, this is just a fun show. Just let them do what they want.
But Luann is a little bit Simon Cowell-esque, I guess.
She's irritated.
She just wants a
She's
good
just
show.
like, no, I want you to do this
my
and I want
God.
you to do that.
I'm not kidding.
And it's just, it's criticism for the creative.
I know I say it. I mean, I'm loving RHONY. I'm loving Crappie Lake. I always say it's my favorite half hour of the week. Like, Crappie Lake really is like the pinnacle half hour of my week. But that hour and a half of RHONY and Crappie Lake is nothing but pleasure for me.
It was good.
Nothing but pleasure for me. I'm enjoying the first season of RHONY already as much as I enjoyed the first season of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, me too.
I
I'm
consider
identifying with the ladies really
Yeah.
quickly and seeing who I like, and they're being very open about their lives.
And they cast identifiable people who grew up, in meager beginnings.
Yeah, I can identify with all those ladies that grew up rich.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Luann was not a person in her first few seasons that you could relate to at all. Just laugh at.
Yeah.
But now she's very relatable, I feel.
So relatable. She's like one of us.
What if Luann was one of us?
Oh my gosh.
Well, be one of us on our social media. Did you post our Two Truths and a Lie?
I did.
Oh, hooray. So if you listened last week, you get to see what we were lying about. So on our Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, X, our porn site.
My God,
we
I know.
are Real Housebears. You can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
You could also buy merch at realhousebears.redbubble.com. Or is it at?
No, it's
not.
just realhousebears.redbubble.com.
Oh, it's been some days. And you can give us listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube and Spotify. And if you give us a little 5-star rating and a cute little review on Apple Podcasts, we will talk about you on air and make you hashtag #HousebearsFamous.
Or if you just DM us.
Or if you DM us just saying, hey, I gave you a rating on Spotify, but it doesn't let me leave a review, so I wanted to leave it in your DMs.
Yeah,
we
slide
will
into our
make you hashtag #HousebearsFamous. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Are you ready to check the sound?
Checking sound.
Checking
sound.
sounds.
Sound. Can you hear me drink my coffee?
Iced coffee from New Jersey.
Slurp.